So, 4:30 on Saturday morning. It's the start of Hibearnation. Readathons I am keeping my distance from, but this is Simon's and it looked fun. There's no TBR. The book I was going to pick up next fitted into the first prompt anyway. We're all very casual. Not going to try and do the 24 and 48. That would be insane pressure. But I'm going to casually support from the trenches, really from the trenches. The first book fits the first prompt, which is a book by one of my favourite authors. I've only read one, readathon, and that was Happiness. For you guys that have been around a long time, I championed it through the Booktube prize last year, and it didn't win, but that's okay. Her writing really connected with me, so I'm going to pick this up. It's set in Croatia, in a little village in Croatia. Cross-cultural issues. There was all this beautiful nature on the front, and happiness, among many other things, was wonderful nature connection through writing. But this might be hunting related, so I'll have to wait and see. So I'm going to pick this up now. This weekend is definitely for bunkering down. I spoke with a doctor yesterday just to talk through what I'm going through, and my symptoms all align with COVID-19. But what was great about the chat was she gave me measuring tools for when it gets bad and when to come in, because they won't test me because I haven't done the overseas thing or been in contact with the overseas thing, or and I'm healthy and young and my symptoms are mild. So, but at least I know some sort of boundaries around that. The scary thing is just waiting for the others to get it. I feel a great responsibility around that. So we're on day 9 now of symptoms. And so it's Saturday. Next Thursday is that 14-day mark. And we just have to watch and wait for everybody else. I'm scared. I'm nothing but scared right now. But we're healthy. Everybody's going through what we're feeling, so I don't want to dwell on it. So let's get reading. Let's escape to Croatia. I was thinking about the escapism of books and how right now I can't travel, we can't go anywhere, we can't even leave the house, right? So being able to go to Croatia, not to hunt though, not happy about that, but I think that the escapism in books is really important for me. Oh my gosh. Look, it's signed. It's not signed to me. It's to Kay, whoever Kay is. I bought this book for like $4. I didn't open it because as soon as I saw readathon, I just picked it up. Holy moly! That's awesome. I wonder who Kay is. I wonder, this book with its story. That's cheered me up. Hooray. this book much because it's full on. But what the author does is look at different sort of fairy tales or tribal stories from different parts of the world and dissects them to explain how they are reflecting, you know, repression of consciousness and repression of self, repression of the wild woman within all females. And she believes that these stories and folklores are kind of touchstones of each sort of cultural progression through the different ways that women relate to their environment. It's very intense, but makes complete sense at the same time. So yeah, she told us a story about a guy called Bluebeard who was intending on murdering his wife, but you know, what Bluebeard represents inside us, and yeah, it's just really interesting. It's very connecting. And so I just read a passage about the not understanding that the internal desires don't work with the external actions, and how that sort of manifests itself into being, you know, the procrastination or the setting up of goals and schedules and not really getting past the first step. So it's quite timely in the way that I've been thinking about a lot of things lately. But it just talks about, you know, the crushing down of all these things as a little person because of society, because of upbringing, because of environment. And yeah, having to strip back all the little things that are keeping it pushed down, and all those little things and the reason and the things that are pushing it down being the reasons why we act the way we do. Very interesting, very thought-provoking, too thought-provoking sometimes. I put little I underline and then put little stars next to things that I need to flesh out a bit more. So I'm just going to journal now about that. But I just thought I'd kind of spend some time on that because it's appeared. It's going to continue to appear in all of the vlogs that I do. I got a picture of myself as a little girl as my as my bookmark. Trying to connect with her, I guess. And she's happy in a creek of water, which is where I would just rather be right now. That would be my most favourite place in the world, I think, in a beautiful creek. So I look at that every day and see how happy she is. Okay, journaling time, then back to my book, and then back to this one. I'll talk about this when I get a little bit further in. I read only about 30 pages before I just decided to do my morning journaling. Guys, I just got stuck down a young rabbit hole. That's a scary place to be, let me tell you. Look, there's my I feel like I need to stretch. Too much young in the morning makes for a cramped. Natalie, let's start open up and stretch and welcome the day. hot tip. Fitz and I and Patty like to play this game. It's called 5 Minute Dungeon. If you can get it online and you have young boys, it's awesome. It's a work together board game. And
if you have a timer, you can do the 5 minutes.
Yeah, so we haven't even gone to the next level of doing it in 5 minutes. We already got defeated. Who defeated
By the
us?
giant enemy crab.
The giant enemy crab just defeated us. Anyway, it's just a hot tip. If you have young boys, I highly recommend. It's not violent or anything like that. It's a work together, lots of fun board game. Okay, Patty is mowing. Denny is DIYing, which is always an interesting thing. And Fitz and I just finished this game, so I woke up from sleep and I'm gonna go and read some more now. Well. Wasn't that a busy isolation day? It's 6. I'm just getting back into the granny flat. I have to take these breaths, hang on. I have hardly read any of my book. That's it. Page 38. So maybe I will just be able to achieve one prompt of Simon's Hibearnation readathon. But still joining in nevertheless. It was just a day of hanging out with the kids and like hanging and, you know, lots of board games. Lots of counting how many times they can jump on their bottoms and land on their feet on the trampoline. Hide and seek. Denny just came in from horse ride. I tagged. I'm out. So he's doing the night shift. And I'm going to lie in here and relax. I started taking vitamin C powder and this kind of regime of that. So my next dose is at 8 p.m. So I've just got to stay awake 2 more hours because I could so go to sleep now. Maybe I'll read some more. Anyway, I'm just going to kind of settle in here. But it just hasn't been a day of hanging out and reading, unfortunately, which you would expect. Oh, how lovely. Oh, how lovely. Oh, okay. We'll talk when I read. I have been just like on my phone and I'm done. So I just watched a really cool vlog from Tanya, the sampler girl. Okay. And she was watching me in her vlog and I was like, oh, I know that. Oh, that's me. Yeah. It was cool. I like, you know, I know that I join her in her home and she joins me in mine. That's really nice. I wonder if we will ever meet. I wonder. I'm just so grateful to have this platform where we can all connect. Right, I'm going to put on some reading music and get stuck into this book because I really want to. My brain's a little scrambled. I watched somebody say that the way that everybody's brain, she was talking from her experience, but I related. The way her brain is feeling now, the no focusing, the scramble, the just kind of just forgetting things, and is how she felt when she was a mum to a newborn. And that was lack of sleep, but it was like this whole new thing arrived in your home and you didn't know what to do with it, and the only thing you knew was that you had to keep it alive. I've just got to keep this baby alive. And in a way, it's what you're doing yourself. Like, I've just got to survive. I've just got to keep everybody alive. And that really resonated with me because that's exactly how I'm feeling. And I remember those newborn baby days. Oh my gosh. I'm yawning just thinking about it. At least you didn't have to play board games. There's one. Okay, I'm going to read. Stop rambling. I made it to 8 o'clock, so I just took my stuff that I had to take at 8 o'clock. I've read not much more. I'm up to chapter 5. Page, what does that say? 50 something, 7. Not that I'm just not interested. It's not that I'm not interested. It's just that my brain's scrambled. So I'm gonna fall asleep to this book, sign off for the night, and speak with you tomorrow for day 2 of Hibearnation Readathon, which, if I had a TBR, would be stressing about right now, but I'm free as a bird. Okay, seriously, I've got to go to sleep. Good night. Good morning. I've got earrings on today. I do. I needed to make an extra effort today to feel human. The colours, and I don't know whether this is going to work, but the colours, I'll get out of the way. The colours of the paddocks are amazing at the moment. And yeah, hang on, I'll spin you around. Can't see them. Oh, there they are. And everyone has been baling their hay. So they're the big round bales and they kind of dot the landscape. And I absolutely love them. Yeah, I just think the colours are gorgeous this morning. You would have heard the lovely washing machine in the background of that beautiful serene shot. Danny is out riding with one child and the other child is in here somewhere playing pool. Cool, bub. I feel okay this morning. I feel okay. No big developments on the sickness front. It just is. But as long as it's not progressing, that's all I care about. So yeah, I'm in the green chair. I'm going to read. Last night and early this morning, I read to page 104, so I'm kind of there. I'm invested in the story. The guy, what's his name? Jiro, is kind of, what's he done? He's befriended these, sorry, it's that newborn baby brain. He's befriended this English woman and her kids that have moved up the road, but the house has a connection to an old sort of story of his. And so as he's working through, fixing the house and building the relationship with this English family, he's also recounting the story that's got a bit of a mystery surrounding it. It's done really well. It's not so structured that one chapter is present and one chapter is past or anything like that. And I'm not, sometimes with those dual timelines I get annoyed with one of them, but I'm not at all. It's her writing is really clever and really great. There's this symbolism of hunting through here, and Jiro as a kid would hunt. And yeah, I'm kind of with Emanata Fauna's other book that I loved, Happiness. There are all these sort of sub-meanings, and so I'm kind of looking for all of that, and I'm thinking the hunting might be representing something, but I think I need to read more to find that out. So yeah, I'm going to sit here and read. I need some elderberry syrup tea. It's in the granny flat. One thing that I've seen and I'm really drawn to at the moment is warmth, like keeping my chest warm and drinking warm drinks. And they say that that's, if you have the coronavirus, then that is something to do, is to stay really warm. My chest is really cold all the time. So, yeah, I think I might get that cup of tea. I'm sitting in the warm room in the sun. I'm not, I don't have chills or anything, but it's just that bit. It's weird. So I guess I'll check in with you and let you know how I go in this reading session. But the Hibearnation, the Hibearnation readathon ends tonight, doesn't it? So I would like to get one book finished to participate in the readathon completely. Okay, let's do it. had a sleep. I'm over halfway now. I'm up to 150, so it's good. It's ramping up. I asked Danny to do some DIY, even though yesterday I said the DIY wasn't his strong point. He's done this before, so I'll show you what he's up to. Hopefully we're going to be organising a room that I just despise, this room, and hopefully this will make a bit of a difference. It's our games room and our TV room, and let's see.
Concentrate on what you're doing, please. Up a bit. Right in the corner. Up more.
We're done. Look, everything's on the wall. Board games are up. No more wonky, crappy TV cabinet. We just need to do something with those cords. And that's tomorrow's job. What a productive afternoon. That is just so much better, that room. Because there was just stuff collecting everywhere. It was horrible. And I just put all the things on the shelf and organised it. So that makes me happy. And I'm just going to make dinner. But I'm going to sit. I did get some reading done throughout that process because Denny I was just in there with him. So I'm up to page 163. Oh, not much. 13 pages. The big mystery is coming to a head. So we'll find that out. There's a few little things that I'm like, really? You know, it's a bit far-fetched, but the writing and the way the story is presented is really good. It's not happiness, but it's still good. So I'm just going to lie down for a bit and then get dinner ready and then come in and bunker down for the night and spend some time with this. I doubt I'll get it all finished, but you never know. Oh, God, I'm exhausted. Oh, take some jobs off. I like doing that. Thanks to my husband, that's for sure. Hi. It's much later. I sat and had dinner with Danny and was able to sit at the table and not feel exhausted and was clear and had clear conversation and took in what he was saying to me. And yeah, it was awesome. I haven't done that in a really long time. So there's clearness coming. I'm just got up in bed. It's a little cold. I watched Cousin's vlog, her 24 and 48 hour vlog, and she referenced this ambient. I've been watching people when they read put up, rooms, and everybody, the people that I saw were putting up Harry Potter rooms, and I've never read Harry Potter, it's not my gig, but Cousin put up this sort of view of a harbour or something, and so I jumped on that YouTube channel and found all these really cool ambient noise things. So I'm going to put on a rain one in the forest or something. Anyway, so nice. Yeah, well, this is the end of the readathon, technically. It's Sunday night, so I haven't finished. I'm on page 174. That's all I meant. I might read some tonight, I guess, but there's no way I'm finishing this tonight. I'm exhausted. So I'm going to have to end this Hibearnation readathon vlog with not having finished one book. But that's okay, because I didn't have TBR. Anyway, it was kind of fun to dip my toe back in a readathon pond again and do it really casually, because I was always wondering whether I would be able to do that, whether it was all or nothing, but it felt nice to just join in from afar and very casually, especially with Simon's readathon. So I can't wait to see how everybody else went in this readathon. But now it's time for me to nod off to sleep with the book on my face. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye.